The greatest savings in America.
This is going to be whiplash for normal Monster Hunter viewers. What are we watching? Why are we watching this? Sorry.
This isn't about fundraising. This is about our country. It's about our children and our grandchildren. We need to stand behind the slimmest
30
majority.
seconds.
We need to stand behind the greatest speaker in modern history that has delivered the best conservative wins for this country. I yield back.
Watching and enjoying total government collapse.
The gentleman
What?
from Florida.
My colleague says we've passed the strongest border bills in history. Well, guess what? Look at the border right now. We didn't use sufficient leverage in the debt limit or in any other thing to actually get results on the border. The border is a disaster, really something I don't think you're going to be campaigning on.
Is he blaming
when you
McCarthy
fix
on the border?
Second, you said you streamlined regulations. What the gentleman from Louisiana doesn't tell you is
I'm gonna
that
try and
all
turn
of
the captions on.
regulatory reform he was just bragging about is waivable by the stroke of a pen of someone in the Biden White House. Do you really think you got anything for that? It's a total joke. And then finally,
Does he
the
want to
welfare
run for
work
speaker?
that the gentleman from Louisiana said we got. The welfare program.
Doesn't this guy
that they said
traffic
that they
kids?
Streamlined with their welfare to work stuff.
There's definitely been some bizarre stuff in his house. I remember at one point he had like a hidden, like 17-year-old adopted child, something like that.
I take no lecture on asking patriotic Americans to weigh in and contribute to this fight.
No, mind you, if it's real adoption, that's amazing. Good for you. That's great. We should support that. But it was just kind of weird. This is a little strange.
Who have hollowed out this town and have borrowed against the future.
You think that'd be
of our
something you'd
future
want to talk
generations.
about?
I'll be happy to fund my political operation through the work of hardworking Americans, $10 and $20 and $30 at a time, and you all keep showing up at the lobbyist fundraisers and see how that goes for you. I reserve.
So when's the vote supposed to happen?
Those speaking from the floor to direct their comments to the chair. Gentleman from Oklahoma.
Mr. Speaker, I would inquire as to how much time remains for each side.
From Oklahoma controls 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'll open up another window
Gentleman
and see if I
from
can find
Florida
out.
has 3 minutes as well.
I would assume they're going to be done by
Gentleman from
5.
Florida, I'm prepared to close if he is. Mr. Speaker, I yield the balance of my time to my great.
They're doing 1 hour
friend from
debate.
North Dakota.
Oh, so it'll be over soon,
From
huh?
North Dakota, Mr. Armstrong is recognized with the remaining.
I mean, Democrats don't have anything to lose right now. Not
Let's
really.
be clear why we're here. Because the incentive structure in this town is completely broken.
This guy trying to have McCarthy
No
kicked out for not.
longer
Yeah, the
value
other guy, the guy with
integrity,
the
competence,
strange
or
hair and the
collaboration.
bad jacket and pants
Instead,
combo.
we have descended to a place where clicks, TV hits.
I mean,
and
this
the
is less
never-ending
like-
quest for the most
This
mediocre
infighting
taste
is
of
probably
celebrity
not
drives
good
decisions and
for
encourages juvenile
so
behavior
close
that
to a
is
big
so far
election
beneath
year.
this esteemed body.
I mean, mind you,
Kevin McCarthy has done more
there
in
is a
9
very
months
real
to restore the
possibility
people's house
Donald Trump
than
gets
any
reelected
speaker in
again
decades.
anyways, but,
We have done regular
you know,
work.
there's still plenty
We
of
have
House
had
and
open
Senate
amendments,
seats that are up for
and
grabs
every
that,
single
you know, if
member
people
of
are like,
this
damn,
chamber
like, the
has
Republicans
right,
don't know what they're
the
doing.
ability,
That
and
even
the
if somebody were just to
opportunity
vote for
be heard on the
Trump as
floor.
president, they still
It's
might
been messy,
vote for someone else if they're worried that,
it's
you know,
been
government's going to get
raucous,
shut down and
at
stuff
times
like
it's
that.
been chaotic. And God bless every minute of it, because democracy is supposed to be hard. And because the alternative is a closed-door process where 2,000-page bills come out of the Speaker's office at midnight and are forced to the floor the next morning. Kevin McCarthy has broken that cycle. That alone is enough for him to
Taylor
remain
Swift
our
will
Speaker.
save democracy.
But that doesn't deliver his opponents.
I
what
read
they
that
crave
Meghan
from us.
Markle wanted to be
Attention.
able to fill the Senate
shouldn't
position
stand
in
for it.
California
I won't stand
for
for it.
Dianne
I will
Feinstein.
stand here with
And then
our
at the end of the
Speaker,
article, it said she's
our
also
leader,
considering
that the
running for president. I
overwhelming
thought that was
majority of our
awesome.
Congress supports. And you need to look no further than where the opponents are sitting.
Some
today.
people hate Meghan Markle,
Not
dude.
over here, they're over there.
Hate her. Hate her so much, man. She did not like it. She's like,
So we're
that
gonna
was a
face these
planted
challenges
story.
together, and I say bring whatever comes
Of course I
next,
sent her the article.
because we believe in the job you have done, Mr. Speaker.
Of course I
we believe
did.
in your vision, And most importantly, we are proud to call Kevin McCarthy our friend and our Speaker of the House. And with that, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back his time. The gentleman from Florida is recognized with 3 minutes remaining.
To be clear, I tried to get one of the three podiums on the Republican side, and y'all wouldn't let me have them, so you sent me over here. But you know what? I'll make this argument at any desk in this building, from the well, from the chair. I'll make it on every street corner in this country that Washington must change. We have to break the cycle. We have to break the fever. And I would hope, truly, that the reforms that we are fighting for are reforms.
Oh, I have no idea why
that
Taylor
can be
Swift was brought up
embraced and that
either,
would
but
democratize
that,
power
I
in
mean,
this institution
stranger things have
beyond the
happened.
Privileged few who back us up against shutdown politics and Christmases and deadlines in order to achieve their objectives. Mr. Speaker,
I just want to see the vote, man.
Is on the verge of bankrupting American families. Our economy is breaking in half. A typical American family can't afford to buy a house in 99% of U.S. counties. Inflation is stealing.
I mean,
more
he's
than
raising good
$700
points, but
a
like,
month
what
of
is your,
working Americans,
like, what are you
nearly
doing to fix it?
$9,000
You know?
a year. Kevin
The other
McCarthy
issue
the
is like,
Speaker of
just
the House of
like-
Representatives, and he
So
has
like the
failed
stock
to
market is
take
the
a
main
stand where it
form of
matters.
retirement
So
for
if he
the
won't,
average
I
American,
will.
because that's what a
I make
401k
no
is.
apologies
But
for defending the
riding
rights of
along
every
the stock
hardworking
market,
American
people are able to
afford a
invest
decent
wholesale
life
into
for
homes in the United
themselves
States.
and their families, and we have a greater opportunity to do that and to build coalitions under new leadership.
So like
We
that's
have to rip
also
off the
raising home
Band-Aid.
prices.
We have to get back on a better course. And Mr. Speaker, I don't know how this vote's going to go.
Oh, that's
Usually when
neat.
the vote comes
I
to
mean,
this
people
floor,
should vote.
it's
I mean,
pretty
no
determined.
matter who you
On
vote
this
for,
one,
like,
I'm not so sure.
it's
But
good to register to
I am
vote and be
sure
politically
that we've made
active.
the right argument. That
It
this
doesn't
vote
matter
deserves single subject approval.
ultimately
We
between
should have 72
Republicans and
hours.
Democrats, but it is good to have informed
That something that
citizens.
spends more than $100 million shouldn't be put on the suspension agenda such that we can't amend it. And there shouldn't be secret side deals made on a continuing resolution to lump Ukraine in with border security. That is not right for Ukraine or border security because it fails to give either of those issues the dignity that they would require. But we can return that dignity to this House. We can get back on a better path. We can have single subject appropriations bills. We can set a budget top line. We haven't had a budget in this place since I was in high school. So let's
Yeah, it's
get a
tough. I
budget.
mean, I don't
Let's
I
get
don't
our act
know
together.
the
Let's
numbers
get on
for
with
the
it.
average
Let's
like
vacate the
401k
chair, and
amount
let's
for
get
the
it
average
fixed. I
American,
yield
but
back.
Gentleman yields back his time.
I would
All
assume
time
it's got to be
for
at
debate
like
has expired.
60 to
Without objection,
70%
this
of
question
people
is
probably
ordered
don't have
on the
enough
resolution.
Social Security and
Question is on
401k
adoption of the
combined to
resolution.
guarantee any
Those
sort
in
of like a
favor
normal
say aye.
lifestyle after retirement.
Those opposed, no.
I mean, even baby boomers kind of
The
got
noes
messed
have
up
it.
by
The
it. As funny as it is, like, it's easy to dump on baby boomers and you should be dumped on,
The
but like
ayes
a
and
lot of
nays are
them,
requested. Those favoring a
you
vote
know,
by the ayes
didn't
and
put in
nays
enough,
will
just thought,
rise.
you know, the minimum would get them along, and like that's why a lot of them are
Sufficient
still
number
working.
having
They don't have enough
risen,
money to
the ayes
retire.
and nays are
They kept
ordered.
spending their money forever and they never
Pursuant
saved
to Clause
anything.
3 of Rule 20, the chair directs the clerk
All right, this is
to
the vote.
conduct the vote by a call of the roll. The clerk will call the roll
It's happening.
alphabetically by surname.
That happened fast enough. Oh, we've barely been here 10 minutes, right?
The House will be in order. The clerk may call the roll.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't really know what happens once they kick him out. I assume once he's removed, they got to go back to like trying to find a new Speaker of the House. And the last time, so when this is to remove McCarthy as the Speaker of the House. Last time when they were trying to get McCarthy elected to Speaker of the House, it took like 13, was it 15 votes? I thought it was 13. 15 votes last time to get him appointed. So it's going to be easy to get rid of him. Because, like, I mean, people didn't love him before. They certainly don't love him now.
Amadei. Nay. Armstrong. No. Arrington. Nay.
It's happening right now, Zravius, as we watch.
Auchincloss.
So this is the interesting. I mean, it's going to be a little bit slow. They got to go through everyone that's there.
Babin.
I forget how many people are in Congress. It's like
Nay.
300?
Bacon. Nay. Baird.
Yeah, they're ousting the leader of the House of Representatives.
Alderson.
You can consider it like an impeachment, but like
Ballant.
it's not
Yay.
400 seats. Damn.
Banks.
There doesn't have to be like a trial. Just
Banks.
vote. The subtitles are probably being
Barr.
written manually, yeah. What are we watching? We're watching the
Barragan.
Speaker of the House getting removed from the U.S. government. I mean, I think McCarthy didn't let
Barragan.
help stop the government shutdown, and so now they're
Dean of
mad.
Florida.
They wanted the government to shut down. I mean, it's not even a lot of people. It's like 20
Beatty.
people, the Republican Party, that
Yay.
like, it's like the tyranny of the minority. Normally you don't see that. But in this case,
Nay.
like they have just enough power.
Barra. Yay. Bergman. Nay. Fire. Yay. Bice. Nay. Biggs. Yay.
The interesting part is if and when he gets kicked out,
Villabacus.
is
Nay.
seeing the whatever they're gonna do to fill him in.
Bishop of Georgia. Yes. Yay. Bishop of North Carolina. Yay. Nay.
I have no clue.
Blumenauer.
I mean, there's no way anyone from like the
Yay.
contingent that Gates is in, I think, would ever get elected.
Blunt Rochester. Yay. Boebert.
It will never happen, but it would be insane if they decided just to elect a Democrat.
Bonamici.
I mean, it wouldn't make any sense because, like, the second Republicans didn't like them, they would just get rid of them. But
Yay. Bost. Nay.
oh, Boebert voted nay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yay.
Speaker definitely has power. Yeah, I mean,
Boyle,
I'm pretty sure they,
Yay.
set the agenda for the day.
Burkine.
I think they have power when it comes to like appointing
Nay.
people to committees.
Brown. Yay. Brownlee. Yay. Buchanan.
Yeah,
Nay.
what bills come to the floor? I mean, that's the big thing. So, like,
Buck.
basically, for Democrats to get anything to be able to
Yay.
chance to even vote on, it has to be bipartisan.
Bouchon.
Boebert can't stir the
No.
pot after a Beetlejuice controversy? She was getting dirty in that Beetlejuice stuff, huh? Those of you not aware,
Burchett.
Boebert, mostly conservative Republican
Yay.
congressperson, was caught on
Burchett.
camera, like,
Nay.
squeezing the hog in
Burlington.
public.
Nay.
What are we currently doing in the world of politics? The Speaker of the House is getting kicked out.
Bush.
I think they have to say yay or
Nay.
nay. They can say abstain.
Kamek.
I don't think they're forced to vote. I think they can abstain.
Kamek.
Speaker of the House, I think, is in the line of succession to
Caraveo.
the presidency. Yeah, I don't know if they're third. It might be. I think it goes
Carvajal.
president, vice president, speaker.
Yay. Cardenas. Yay. Carey. Nay. Carl.
Why these polls yay nay? It's probably just in the
Nay.
Constitution, and like nobody's
Carson.
bothered to update it to yes or no. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yay. Carter of Georgia. Nay. Carter of Louisiana.
I don't think they have it.
Yay.
I don't know why they don't have a live count on stream.
Carter of Texas. Carter. of
President can't
Texas.
succeed themselves. Joe
Cartwright.
Biden can.
Yay. Kassar. Yay. Case. Yay. Caston.
I'm seeing a lot of yays.
Yay.
Like a shocking
Castro
amount of
of
yays. I
Florida.
mean, the whip must have done some work.
Yay. Castro of Texas. Yay.
I don't even
Chavez
know who would be
Reamer.
the next in line.
Nay.
Yay,
Douglas McCormick.
yay is to kick him.
Yay.
Because I think the motion is to remove him as
Chew.
speaker.
Yay. Cisco Mani. Nay. Clark of Massachusetts. Yay. Clark of New York. Yay. Beaver. Yay. Klein. Nay. Cloud.
Guy up top, we can see your
Nay.
phone, dude. He's texting someone.
Clyburn.
That looked like an iPhone blue
Yay.
text bubble.
Clyde. Nay. Cohen. Yay.
I mean, there might be time. I mean, you know, at the rate
Nay.
that they're going, I mean, you know, even if they
Collins.
vote to remove him, like,
Nay. Comer.
you would assume they're going to want to take their time to
Nay.
start presenting other people to get voted
Connolly.
in.
Yay. Correa.
Was that
Yay.
was the guy that like was inundated with fraud
Costa.
from New York sitting in the back row there
Yay.
that like lied to everyone?
Courtney. Yay.
Santos? It looked like Santos. I thought I saw him. Dude, if he could get
Craig.
elected and stay elected, anyone can get elected and anyone can
Crawford.
stay elected. Like, it gives me hope. If I want to be a political clown someday, I could get elected. If they can't remove him, they can't remove anyone.
Crockett. Yay. Crow. Yay. Cuellar. Yay. Curtis. Nay.
Internet clown. I mean,
Davis
political
of
clown, I
Kansas.
feel like at that point, you're just clown. You're not even a political clown. You're just a
Yay.
clown.
Davidson. Nay. Davis of Illinois. Yay.
Is that his real name? Katara
Davis of North
Ravache? I have no
Carolina.
idea.
Yay.
This was maybe 10 minutes ago. They're removing the
of
Speaker of the House,
Pennsylvania.
Oleum. I think it's going to pass.
Yay. DeGette. Yay. Dela Cruz. Nay. DeLauro. Yay.
What happened? He helped
Del
prevent the
Valle.
government shutdown, and so, like, people are mad at him.
Yay. DeLuzio.
Republicans are mad at him.
DeSaulnier. Yay.
You meet the
Thanks for letting-
senility requirements? Why not go for it? I mean,
Nay.
Dianne Feinstein was
Yes,
very
indeed.
clearly deep into dementia or Alzheimer's,
Nay.
possibly both, and
Yes,
still
Ballard.
got reelected and still served basically in her seat until she died.
Yay. Doggett.
So I don't even know that there's a
Yay.
senility requirement.
Donalds.
I think it's too
Nay.
late to start a gamble. It's looking pretty clear it's going to
Duarte.
pass.
No. Nay.
Something's going on with McConnell.
Duncan.
I don't know what it is. Something's going on.
Dunn of Florida. Nay. Edward.
Pelosi's daughter was her caretaker? That's insane, dude. That's insane. If true. Hello? Is she mad dogging them?
Nay.
That looked like she was mad.
LZ.
Hold on, I gotta refresh it. Come on, man. What? Hold on. Hello? I might have to go on YouTube. That's fine.
Nay. Fallon. Nay. Finstra. Nay. Ferguson. No.
I mean, this is the C-SPAN. Oh, okay. Hey, you know what, though?
Nay.
At least C-SPAN has the count up.
Fischbach.
All right, so that's helpful.
Nay. Fitzgerald.
Nice of them to translate it to yes and no.
Nay. Fitzpatrick. Nay. Fleischman. Nay. Fletcher.
It's real. I mean, it's close, but I
Nay.
think he's gonna eat it because like he
Flood.
sucked.
Nay.
I mean, here's the funny thing. It's like
Yay.
whether it's a yes or a no,
Fushi.
it's either
Yay.
you keep like a lame as hell
Fox.
Speaker of the House, like he's generally
Yay.
just not very good,
Lois
or
Franklin.
they get rid of him and now everything's in chaos again
Yay.
anyways. Like there's really no winning.
C. Scott Franklin. Nay.
Oh, it'll be a slim
Frost.
majority, but I think he is getting kicked
Yay.
out.
Fry.
They are going alphabetically, and they are
Yay.
only at F.
Fulcher. Nay. Gates. Yay.
Oh, the
Gallagher.
government shutdown is like mega annoying because it costs us so much
Gallagher.
money, and people just get free vacations.
Yay.
Meanwhile, no one else gets
Garamendi.
any vacations.
Yay. Garbarino. Nay. Mike Garcia. Nay. Robert Garcia. Yay. Garcia of Illinois. Yay.
It's like 435.
Garcia of Texas. Yay. Jimenez.
I think it's a simple
Nay.
majority.
Golden of Maine.
435.
Goldman
Oh, it's the
of New
total
York.
amount. I guess there's only
Yay.
433.
Gomez.
There's 2 vacancies right now.
Yay.
If it was
Tony
a
Gonzalez.
2/3 majority demo, there's no way they would have even tried to hold the vote. It wouldn't make any sense.
Tony Gonzalez. Vicente Gonzalez. Yay. Good of Virginia. Yay. Gooden of Texas.
I don't know if there's a quality option here.
Gooden of
1080p.
Texas.
It looks kind of grainy to me.
Gosar.
Just blame the cameras.
Nay. Gottheimer. Yay. Granger. Nay.
I mean, it's not like the Democrats are going to
Graves
go
of
like majorly to
Louisiana.
bat for him, you know. Like it would be interesting
Nay.
to find out
Graves of Missouri.
like what is the split?
Nay.
If
Green
you're a
of
Democrat
Tennessee.
right now, like what do you vote for?
Nay. Green of Texas.
Like that's what's confusing to me.
Yay. Green of Georgia.
Just remove him just to be like
Nay.
a pain in the ass?
Griffith. Nay. Grijalva.
It makes sense,
Yay.
but at the same time, it's like,
Grothman.
it's kind of
Nay.
annoying. I mean, there's an
Guest.
outside chance a Democrat gets elected because they could not
Nay.
select a Republican last time. It took them a long
Guthrie.
time.
Nay. Hageman. No.
There should be about
Carter of
433 votes
California. Yay.
if everybody
Harris.
is there that is currently elected. I think
Nay.
normally there's 435 seats,
Harshbarger.
but there's 2 vacant, I believe.
Nay. Hayes.
McCarthy made a deal with the Democrats to avoid the shutdown and then
Yay.
tried to throw them under the bus. That's so
Kern.
funny.
Nay.
That's great.
Higgins. of
That's hilarious.
Louisiana.
I love that.
Nay. Higgins of New York. Yay.
Oh, I
Hill.
mean, I don't think he's getting succeeded by Marjorie Taylor Greene, but that
Nay.
would be interesting.
Himes. Yay. Henson. Nay. Horsford. Yay.
For the record, I don't mind
Helton.
anyone sitting there on their phone because,
Nay.
like, why wouldn't you be?
Houlihan. Yay. Hoyer.
If he's removed, they have to select and vote in
Hoyer.
another person to become speaker.
Yay. Hoyle.
Why do they
of
want to shut
Oregon.
down the government?
Yay. Hudson. Nay.
Think they get pizza for showing
Huffman.
up? They do sometimes have like catered
Huizenga.
food outside, but there's some very
Nay.
weird rules about what you're allowed to eat
Hunt.
inside the House and Senate. Like, I think it's the Senate, you're only allowed to drink like
Nay.
milk or water and eat candy
Isa.
bars. You're not
Nay.
allowed to eat a sandwich.
Ivy.
It's very
Yay.
strange.
Jackson of Illinois. Yay.
Yeah, there's some
Jackson
insane
of North
videos out
Carolina.
there of people like slamming jugs of chocolate milk
Yay.
and eating candy bars. During like really
Jackson
long
of
filibusters
Texas.
and stuff like that. You'll see it.
Yay.
It's crazy, dude.
Jackson Lee. Yay.
Oddly enough, a switch
Jacobs.
might be okay,
Yay.
but you're just not allowed to eat like real
James.
food. If I were
Nay.
Senate, if I were a senator, I would actually pass a law saying you're allowed to
John
eat a
Paul.
sandwich.
Yay.
At the very least. A
Jeffries.
pizza maybe a bit too much.
Yay.
You can play all of
Johnson of
Sunbreak. I would
Georgia.
also pass a law specifically outlawing people from playing
Johnson
Sunbreak
of Louisiana.
in the Senate.
Nay. Johnson of Ohio.
Slices of pizza. I think you got to limit it to a sandwich.
Nay. Johnson of
You
South
don't, you don't want people
Dakota.
getting too crazy. You don't want people eating rotisserie chickens.
Nay.
Freedom Unite, yeah, that's fine.
Jordan. Nay. Joyce of Ohio. Nay. Joyce of Pennsylvania. Nay.
Bring a thermos full of stew.
Camlogger Dove.
You think the sergeant at arms would throw you
Yay.
out if he caught you chewing?
Captor.
Dauntless on Switch, I'd allow it.
Yay.
I just don't allow Rise and
Kane
Sunbreak.
of New Jersey.
These people are slow as my
Yay.
100 SOS hunts. I think I got them done
Keating.
pretty quickly.
Yay. Kelly of Illinois. Yay. Kelly of
2 streaming
Mississippi.
days? I didn't stream on Sunday, but I got it done on
Yay.
Monday. I did an extra stream
Kelly of Pennsylvania.
just to get it done.
Nay.
You hit a wall at 50, 60. I was
Kana.
tired. I had been streaming for 17
Yay.
hours, and I wanted to sleep.
Kiggins of Virginia.
That was my wall. My wall was human
Nay.
endurance.
Kildee. Yay. Kylie.
You'll see again not this
Nay.
weekend, next weekend. We'll bring it back.
Kilmer. Yay. Kim of California.
In the UK, don't they like blend in their
Nay.
soups up? Maybe you could have like a blended soup,
Kim of New Jersey.
like potatoes
Yay.
that have been like very
Krishnamurthy.
finely blended.
Yay.
It's going to be over
Custer.
400 people, Suzenko.
Yay.
What are the odds of a draw?
Kustoff.
433
Nay.
seats. So a draw is not
Hood.
possible unless somebody votes
Nay.
present or is just not there.
Lalota.
There's probably some people
Nay.
that are missing that will not vote.
Lamalfa.
So we're
Nay.
probably about halfway there.
Lamborn. Lamborn, nay. Landsman. Yay.
Present is like abstaining.
Langworthy.
You know, I'm not going to vote. I'm just
Nay.
here. That's just so like,
Larson of Washington.
if you were to look at somebody's
Yay.
voting records, you can see yes, no, present,
Larson
and
of
didn't vote.
Connecticut.
And like, if you're
Yay.
running for re-election, if you have like a
Latta.
lot of did not votes under your record, people can be
Nay.
like, yo, this person's like
LaTurner.
not doing their job.
Nay. Lawler.
Which is a fair point. You should, if you're elected,
Nay.
you should be there voting
Lee of
unless you're like you're
California.
terminally ill. If you're terminally ill, you shouldn't be voting.
Yay.
You shouldn't be in office.
Lee of Florida. Nay. Lee of Nevada.
You know, I mean, they get paid good money. What's
Yay.
the salary for a
Lee
congressperson?
of Pennsylvania. Yay. Ledger Fernandez. Yay.
$174,000? Oh my God.
Nay.
Oh my God.
Letlow.
That's more than
Nay.
you make at UPS. And it's
Levin.
not even it's technically not even a full-time job.
Yay.
To be very
Lynn.
clear.
Yay. Lofgren. Yay. Loudermilk. Nay. Lucas. No. Nay. Luetkemeyer.
You believe I could do it?
Nay. Luna. Luna.
I've practiced screaming at you. I got to scream
Luttrell.
at everyone else?
Nay. Lynch.
I just want a good
Yay.
public transportation system, man.
Mace.
Support for unions would be good too. Medicare for all would be nice.
Yay. Magaziner.
It'd be very funny if a Twitch streamer went into
Yay.
politics. There's so much dirt on me,
Deliatakis.
man.
Nay. Man. Nay.
It would be awful,
Manning.
dude.
Yay.
I'd have to sit there and play. I wonder if I'd be able to
Massey.
play more variety if I became a politician. That's a good reason to become a politician.
Nay.
I don't have to
Mast.
play World anymore. I'm free. I've got an actual
Nay.
salary.
Matsui. Yay. Macbeth. Yay. McCall.
Among Us with Hassan?
Nay. McLean.
I've never really watched Hassan. I don't even know what his stream is like. I
McClellan.
saw him during the big
Yay.
React era. He was watching all of like Master Chef or
McClintock.
something like that. I can't have more
Yay.
dirt than Santa? Well, definitely not. I'm just saying like a recorded video footage of me saying things analogous to eat my ass.
Yay. McCormick.
It would be
Nay.
funny. I mean, XQC definitely has enough money to get
McGarvey.
elected to government in
Yay.
Canada. Absolutely.
McGovern.
If he wanted to be a
Yay.
politician, he could be.
McHenry.
That doesn't even count as dirt
Nay.
anymore. That's amazing.
Meeks. Yay.
The goat story? It's true. It
Menendez.
did happen.
Yay. Ming. Yay.
Show me
Muser.
one bad quote that would get me in trouble.
Nay. Mfume. Yay. Miller of Illinois.
Okay, that one's a bad one.
Nay.
Okay. But I mean, also,
Miller of Ohio. Nay.
you'd show the picture of me
Miller
kissing
of
the
West
goat.
Virginia.
All right. Well, yeah, it's all true.
Miller Meeks. Nay.
153 is not bad.
Mills.
Pro-Cal hating me is
Mills.
hard.
Molinaro. Nay. Molinar. Nay. Mooney.
I mean,
Nay.
there's definitely something to be said for a Twitch streamer, somebody who's used to responding to chat in real time in politics. I thought really that was going to happen more often. I feel like it just
More
never
of
did.
Alabama.
Quote
Nay.
153, I was cooking.
More of Utah.
I mean, but it is true, though.
Nay.
They kind of do.
More of Wisconsin. Yay.
Yeah, I'm going to kick that 6-year-old's
Moran.
ass.
Nay. Morelli.
Do you think when this
Yay.
woman got into politics, she knew that her job would be sitting there having to
Moskowitz.
do roll call on every single vote? Because
Yay.
that's terrible.
Moulton.
There are Brazilian politicians
Yay.
nowadays that were YouTubers.
Mervan.
It sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yay. Mullen. Yay. Murphy.
Very rarely I get a newsletter from
Nadler.
a senator or a congressperson telling me like
Yay.
what they did.
Napolitano.
Show it to me, Daddy. Let me take a good look at your long, hard
Yay.
lance. Oh yeah, that insect
Neal.
glaive. Oh, I'd really suck the
Yay.
extract out of you.
Nagoose. Yay. Nels. Nay.
You know, there's plenty of seats to sit in, and yet
Newhouse.
there's a bunch of people just standing. But
Nay.
get cozy, man. Take a seat.
Nickel. Yay.
Oh, it's my birthday. Oh, yeah.
Norcross.
Yeah. Pay me. Ugh.
Yay.
Sprinkle all that cheddar over my chest
Norman.
and eat it. Yeah.
Nay. None of Iowa. Nay.
Empty seats are next to the stinky people. People having chocolate milk farts.
Obernolte. Nay.
The real question is, if you were a
Ocasio-Cortez.
Twitch streamer politician,
Yay.
like what regulations would
Ovals.
you have to be under for like people that
Nay.
gifted you subscriptions and stuff like that?
Omar.
You know, would you be getting like Microsoft or Sony or Ford or
Owens.
GM or whatever coming in, like gifting 100 subs, being
Nay.
like, hey man,
Pallone.
just want to let you know, I got a bill coming up. Take a look at that.
Yay. Palmer. Nay. Panetta.
You'd have to have it all go to a super
Yay.
PAC, wouldn't you? I would assume
Pappas.
you should have some degree of separation between literally
Yay.
directly donating to a person.
Pasquarel.
It should be illegal. I would hope it would be illegal because the money goes directly to me. It's not going to like a PAC or anything.
Yay. Pelosi.
This political statement is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I have a Raid Shadow Legends adjacent
Pelosi.
bounty. I have not accepted it. But it's been
Peltola.
sitting there waiting for me. Let me see if it's still there.
Peltola. Pence. Nay.
Why do you want me to do
Perez.
it?
Yay.
Will you
Perry.
watch it if I do it tomorrow?
Nay. Peters.
I looked at it, and as far
Yay.
as I can tell, it is like literally exactly
Pedersen.
like Raid Shadow Legends.
Yay. Pfluger.
There's no overlay. No, I just have to
Nay.
play it for an hour.
Phillips. Yay. Pingree.
That's just the way the politics go,
Yay.
Tywin.
Pocan. Yay.
How much cheese I can give you?
Porter.
I'm not disclosed. I'm not allowed to say it.
Yay.
You'll watch as long as I don't
Cozy.
play Strangers of Paradise? Why do you hate that game?
Nay.
Why does this have
Presley.
more viewers than Doze? You know why.
Yay. Quigley. Yay. Ramirez.
What's wrong with my viewers? I don't know, man. People like politics.
Yay. Raskin.
I have it open. I'm thinking
Yay.
about clicking on it. Fine. I'll
Russian
activate it.
dollar.
I'll install it tonight, and we'll do
Yay.
it tomorrow. Select platform.
Rogers of
This is how
Washington.
you know there's something sussy.
Nay.
Android, iOS,
Rogers of
BattleNet,
Alabama.
Origin, Uplay, Mac OS, PC
Nay.
Other?
Rogers of Kentucky. Nay. Rose. Nay.
It says BattleNet is
Rosendale.
there. I have BattleNet
Yay.
installed. I don't know that I've ever seen the game available
Loss.
to install there.
Yay.
Choose other. There's no Switch.
Rouser.
It says PC Other.
Nay.
Let me make sure I actually see
Roy.
it under Steam.
Nay. Ruiz. Yay. Rupersberger. Yay. Rutherford. Nay. Ryan.
The graphics themselves are not that bad.
Yay. Salazar.
I just I have no idea. Well, I
Nay.
can't even play it. It's not even out on Steam.
Salinas.
How do you play it?
Yay. Sanchez. Yay.
This is about the removing the Speaker of the
Santos.
House.
Nay. Sarbanes.
It's on Epic Game Store. Is that how you have to
Yay.
install it? Oh my God.
Scalise. Nay. Scanlon. Yay.
All right.
Schakowsky. Yay. Schiff. Yay.
There is dice rolls. I don't know what that
Schneider.
means.
Yay. Skolton. Yay. Schreier.
I think it's funny that it's only on Epic.
Yay. Swikert. Nay. Austin Scott. Nay. David Scott. Yay. Scott of Virginia. Yay. Self. Nay.
There is character customization too,
Sessions.
Gator. So I almost feel like a little
Nay.
bit like they're like, let's make sure we got as much Baldur's Gate 3 stuff going
Soar.
on here as possible. Wow, the Yay's really caught up, huh? All right, vote is
Yay.
almost over.
Sherman.
I'll go as
Yay.
Goblin as I can, Miss Chances.
Cheryl.
Yeah, the Yays are going over.
Yay. Simpson. Nay.
That's a lot.
Slot.
They're taking off, dude.
Yay.
No. Not looking good
Smith
at all.
of
I wouldn't. Do
Missouri.
you think he'll cry? Does he get a chance to vote himself? Did we miss it? Did he vote no?
Nay. Smith of
No,
Nebraska.
I don't know that there's going to be a nay overdrive.
Nay.
I mean, there'll be some more, but
Smith of
I
New
mean,
Jersey.
he's looking kind of cooked right now.
Nay.
There should be
Smith of
433
Washington.
TSC poll,
Yay. Smucker.
assuming everyone is there, but
Nay.
there might be a couple people missing.
Sorensen. Yay.
Gonna go to Florida for a birthday vacation, looking at some
Soto.
gators. That sounds like an okay time.
Yay.
I mean, now especially. I mean, maybe in a
Bamberger.
month or two, like January or
Yay.
February for like 2 weeks would be a great time.
Sparks.
5 absent, so there should be 428
Nay.
ish.
Stansberry. Yay.
Imagine getting paid $176,000
Stanton.
a year for a job that's not even
Yay.
full time and still like missing
Stauber.
days.
Nay.
Gatorland is an actual place. I
Steele.
believe it.
No.
It's almost
Stefanik.
over, Unlucky. It's close.
Nay. Style. Nay. Stubbe. Nay.
Not COVID.
Stevens. Yay. Strickland. Yay. Strong. Nay. Swalwell. Yay. Sykes. Sykes. Takano. Yay.
You have to
Jenny.
have a home. I mean, you need a place to
Nay.
stay.
Tanadar.
You have like a
Yay.
1-bedroom apartment. I don't know.
Thompson of California. Yay.
Disney in the United States.
Thompson
There's
of
absolutely no way
Mississippi.
Disney is worth it.
Yay.
You know what's kind of fun?
Thompson of Pennsylvania.
I don't think it's that expensive. Busch Gardens is a
Nay.
great time if you like roller coasters.
Tiffany. Nay. Timmons.
Elias, what's up? We're just getting rid of
Nay.
one of our primary politicians.
Titus.
Second in line to the presidency.
Yay. Talib. Yay. Takuda. Yay.
I mean, Susan
Tonto.
Co, couldn't you, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you've got money, you would do more, but,
Yay.
you could just, rent a
Torres of
room,
California.
be a
Yay.
roommate somewhere.
Torres of New York. Yay.
Yeah, Busch Gardens is awesome. I mean, it's looking pretty much
Trahan.
dunzo, man.
Yay. Trem.
Yeah, and he's taking off, man. He's going to get
Yay.
smashed. At this
Turner.
point, just vote yes, just to,
Nay.
make him cry.
Underwood. Yay. Valadeo. Nay. Van Drew.
Nobody pull a fire alarm.
No.
If you get to touch him for 50
Van
bucks,
Dyne.
that seems like an okay deal.
Nay.
Busch Gardens, if I were to go
Van
back to
Orden.
Florida, and I don't, probably never will, but if I
Nay.
did, and I was in Orlando, I think Busch Gardens
Vargas.
would be the first place I'd want to go to. Can we do
Yay.
this more often? There,
Vasquez.
in another universe, I would be a politics streamer. But
Yay.
there's just not enough politics going on
BC.
every day to keep it interesting. You know what I mean?
Yay. Velasquez.
I mean,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying, Ty Kodge. You don't need
Wagner.
a full place. You just need a place to stay a couple nights a week for a
Nay.
couple weeks out of the year.
Wahlberg.
Busch Gardens is Tampa? Oh,
Nay.
I thought it was closer.
Waltz. Nay.
He's
Wasserman
almost
Schultz.
done.
Yay. Waters.
Yeah, I mean, it's statistically
Yay.
impossible, right?
Watson
Oh,
Coleman. Yay. Weber of
dude,
Texas.
he got stabbed in the back, man.
Nay.
Everyone's
Webster of
voting to get him
Florida.
out.
Nay. Winstrup. Nay.
What?
Westerman.
How are they going to appoint one? I don't know how.
Nay.
I don't know how you get in because they barely got
Weston.
McCarthy in.
Yay. Wild. Yay.
I mean,
Williams
all
of
right, so
Georgia.
that's probably it.
Yay.
I mean, it's just getting
Williams of
buried
New
at this
York.
point. Just shovel after shovel
Nay.
of dirt is getting tossed on.
Williams of Texas.
You know, the funny thing is
Nay.
Gates wanted
Wilson
him to
of
get
Florida.
removed because he sided with the
Yay.
Democrats. And yet, in this
Wilson of
bill,
South
in this
Carolina.
motion, actually working with the Democrats to
Nay.
get rid of him. That's hilarious,
Whitman.
right? He should be
Nay.
in the room. I would assume he's in the room to at
Womack.
least vote no.
Nay.
He's still a member of Congress.
Yackham.
I don't think it's retirement
Nay.
for him. I mean, he could still be, he
Zinke.
could still serve as a congressperson.
Nay. McCarthy. Nay.
Is that it?
Carter of Texas. I have
Oh, did he vote yes? That's funny.
Texas.
They voted no. That's funny.
I have Luna. I have,
I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, that's 10 votes, dude.
I have Mills. I have Pelosi. I have Vitale. And then I have Sykes. Okay, so
You ready to move?
now I've got to go through these.
Are you good?
House will be in order. The clerk will now call the names of members that have not already been recorded alphabetically.
Banks. Nay.
Oh, these like absentee ballots?
Bush.
Or like, oh, maybe they were late.
Bush.
I don't think there's any saving him.
Kamek. Nay.
Okay, I've got Carter of Texas next.
He would need to get 8
Carter of Texas.
note votes in a row. Like, this is not happening, man.
Carter of Texas.
It's however many people were absent. I thought somebody said 5 earlier. I don't know. There's no way it'll matter. Not at this point. That's a huge amount of votes that he would need to get at this point.
Tony Gonzalez. Nay.
Dude, it's going to be close.
Gooden of Texas. Gooden of Texas.
It's going to be close.
Next I have is Luna.
Luna. Luna.
No, there's not enough people there. Some guy like recording or live streaming on his phone right there. I don't know if you can see it. I think Luna is also the Amazon streaming service for video
Pelosi.
games, Zravius.
Pelosi.
Wait, does Nancy Pelosi have like a son or daughter in politics in the
Peltola.
Congress? Oh, is that Nancy Pelosi? I thought she
Peltola.
retired. Well, there's two absent chairs, so it's 433 total.
Sykes.
I thought she retired, man.
Sykes.
Are there other members in this body who have not been recorded or who wish to change their vote?
Oh, someone could still change. McCarthy actively schlorping everyone's glorp. Desperately giving out hand jobs and blowies. Please! I think Pelosi wouldn't show up because she wouldn't want to vote yes or no as a decorum thing. Or maybe she just knew the votes were there for yes. No amount of schlorping is changing the vote. That's crazy. I mean, as expected. She's mourning Feinstein? Now, that's interesting. I don't know that I believe it. I think it would be reasonable to say anyone over the age of 80 is no longer eligible for re-election. Just to get started. I mean, realistically, 75.
The yeas
probably
are 216. The
better.
nays are 210. The resolution is adopted.
60,
Without
I don't think
objection,
is.
the motion
I mean,
to
you could
reconsider
still
is laid on
be
the
in,
table.
in government
The office
at 60.
of Speaker of the
65
House
to 70
of the
is
United
probably like the
States
best
House of
best
Representatives
option.
is
75
hereby
is like maybe
declared
something
vacant.
that could pass someday. Oh, he got kicked out. It's vacant. They get this guy up there with his bow tie. Get out of here. Why are you running? It'd be so funny if you like had like a little cardboard box of things that he had to pick up and carry away. Fuck!
House will come to order. The chair lays before the House a communication.
The Honorable the Speaker, House of Representatives, sir. This is to notify you that the first name on the letter received by the clerk pursuant to Clause 8B, 3B of Rule 1 is the Honorable Patrick T. McHenry of North Carolina. Signed sincerely, Kevin F. McCumber, Acting Clerk.
Pursuant to Clause 8B3 of Rule 1, I will now act as Speaker pro tem. The chair will inform the members of the House the following.
You think he picked out that bow tie knowing that he was going to be temporary pro temp House Speaker?
Of House Resolution 757.
I don't think there's any, Mark Lord, there's been no discussion, man, as far as I know.
1 provides that the next member on a list submitted by the Speaker, pursuant to the rule, acts as Speaker pro tem until the election of a new Speaker, and bestows the authorities of the office of Speaker upon the Speaker pro tem to the extent necessary and appropriate to that end. In the opinion of the Chair, prior to proceeding to the election of a Speaker, it would be prudent to first recess for the relative caucus and conferences to meet and discuss.
He should put his name
forward.
in. Seize power, bow tie man. Meghan Markle.
Rule 1, the chair declares
I'd vote
the
for
House
her.
in recess subject to the call of the chair.
Yo, he smashed that gavel, dude. Did you see that? Smashed it.
And the U.S. House now in a recess. A short time ago, lawmakers voting to remove California Representative Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker. The motion was offered by Florida's Matt Gaetz. The
Speaker
final
pro
vote
tem
tally was 216 yeas and 210 nays. We want to hear your opinion on the removal of the House Speaker. We'll be taking your calls and comments in
He
just
should have
a moment.
smashed it, man.
Follow live coverage of the U.S. House when lawmakers return.
Already was on
C-SPAN.
Wikipedia. That's funny.
C-SPAN is your unfiltered view of government. We're funded by these television companies and more, including Cox.
Cool Did
I see Comcast there?
Rare.
Hi.
But friends don't have to be.
This is Joe.
When you're connected, you're not alone.
Cox supports C-SPAN as a
I'm
public
like
service,
spamming you guy
along
with
these
ads.
other television providers, giving you a front row seat. to
Comcast is up
democracy.
there. Screw you, Comcast. You suck.
Welcome back to C-SPAN's live coverage of the U.S. House of Representatives, where moments ago history unfolded. Again, the House has voted 216 to 210 to remove Congressman Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House.
Show
There
him
were
crying.
8 Democrats that joined, 8 Republicans that joined all the Democrats in voting to.
So that's
oust
exactly
McCarthy
it. That was
from
exactly
this
what
top
somebody in chat said
leadership
earlier. The
position.
eight
We wanna get your
Republicans
thoughts
joined with the
this
Democrats to vote him
afternoon
out.
on what unfolded here in the nation's capital. Here's how we've divided the lines. Republicans, we want to hear from you at 202-748-8920. Democrats, 202-748-8921. And others, all others, 202.
Call them?
748-8922.
I use my phone as
city and state. Include that information
as my
at
camera right now.
748-8903. And you can also
Call
join us on
8922 because I'm another.
Facebook.com/C-SPAN. And we'll get to your thoughts here in just a minute. Start dialing in. We want to know what you think. After 1 hour of debate,
Use
the House
Skype.
has voted for the
I
first
don't have
time
a
in more than a
landline.
century to oust the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. The last time there was such a motion, according to PolitiFact,
There used to
it was
be
century
like
ago
a
when
way
then
to
Speaker
connect your
Joseph
phone
Cannon,
to
Republican of
Windows,
Illinois,
and I actually
called a
set
vote
that up
as a
at one
dare to
point.
his opponents and survived it. Manu Raju of CNN noting this is the first time in 113 years. He noted this before the vote took place this afternoon. The House voting to oust the Speaker, but for the first time in U.S. history, the Speaker is set to lose the vote. And indeed, that is what happened.
Google, how do I
this
connect
afternoon.
to the phone?
Some other tweets from Capitol Hill. There were, as we said, 8 Republicans who voted for removing Kevin McCarthy from this leadership position.
Is it phone link?
Lauren Boebert, who has been a critic
That's it.
of
Thanks,
Kevin
man.
McCarthy's back from
I had it connected at one
January,
point.
when there were 15 rounds for his speakership. And she was in the well of the House, critical of Kevin McCarthy then. You might have heard her when her name was called to this afternoon. She voted no for now on removing Kevin McCarthy.
It's going to be a little bit
That was
work.
Scott
Tweet at them
Long's tweet.
through
Frank Storch,
X.
who's been covering Capitol Hill for NBC, caught up with her.
I mean,
walking
what do I
off
want
the
to
Hill
say
during
anyways?
This motion to vacate now. I asked, did you?
He was a
did you say
loser, and he
no for
deserves to
now?
get rid of.
She said, "That's
What does
I
the Speaker of the
said."
House
And he
do?
said, that means.
So
She said,
there are
"I don't know what's next.
two
We'll see."
chambers that make laws
Let's go
in
to
the
Austin,
United
who's in
States. There's the
Rose, Florida,
Senate,
Texas, a
and there's the
Republican,
House.
Austin. Did you watch
And the
this
Speaker of the
afternoon? What do
House
you make
is
of this?
the head of the House,
Yes, I actually
and he
did
sets
watch.
the agenda for what
And
gets voted on.
I support what Congressman Gates
They control the
and
budget.
the 8
They
Republicans are doing.
decide
It's
what
a
gets
very
voted
simple
on.
proposition.
I think
There
he's
was a
got some
deal
control over who
made
gets what
in
committees.
January, and that deal was violated here. The only option that these Republicans have is to get rid of Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. It's as simple as that. If you do not follow a deal that
I can
was
try
made
and set it up. I just gotta
beforehand,
like turn
why
off
should
my
you
camera
continue
for a
to be the
second.
Speaker?
Who do
I'll
you think
try. I'll try.
could serve in this post for Republicans.
I'll just see if it even lets me call in.
I don't know. I think there are a lot of great options. I like House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. I think there are a bunch of other options. Ideally, I've heard Chip Roy come up from a member. But, you know, anyone but
I have
Kevin
no idea what
McCarthy,
I'm doing.
someone who can ideally live up to the promises that they've made to the members of their caucus.
And what do you think about the promises that
It's
you
not
believe were
working.
broken? What are they?
Wait.
Yeah, so the first one, I believe, was to pass the 12 appropriations bills. Now, what we saw in the past week was only, I want to say 4 or 5, only a couple of them were passed. And that was after a 6-month recess, or not 6 month, I'm sorry, 6-week recess that the House of Representatives had. Now, the entire deal at the beginning was to pass these 12 appropriations bills compared to a continuing resolution. Now, I think the final straw, personally, was the fact that Kevin McCarthy allies with the Democrats to pass a continuing resolution that does nothing, absolutely nothing, to decrease the deficit. And at the same time, he makes a side deal with Democrats to support Ukraine funding when our border has zero funding right now. And it's completely open. And I think it's a disgrace that he is willing to fund Ukraine over the border.
Okay. Austin, they're echoing the arguments made that you probably heard when you were watching today's debate here on C-SPAN, and that argument being made by Matt Gaetz, who is the one that put forth this motion to what they call is vacate the speakership, a motion to remove Kevin McCarthy from this post. You may have noticed when you were watching today's debate that Matt Gaetz was over on the Democratic side. Jake Sherman of Punchbowl News. Gaetz is being forced to speak from the Democratic side of the House chamber because allies of Kevin McCarthy blocked all the other microphones. So that is why he was on that side of the aisle during that 1-hour debate today. Olivia Beavers, who also covers Capitol Hill, with this tweet: there's a group of House Republicans huddled and praying on the House floor, she says right now. Representative Ann Wagner appears to be crying. We will see what's next here for Kevin McCarthy and for the House Republicans, the majority that controls the lower chamber of this Congress, of the 8 Republicans who voted to push out Kevin McCarthy, they were Representatives Biggs, Buck, Burchett, Crane, Gates, Good, Nancy Mace, and Matt Rosendale. Those 8 voted along with all the Democrats to remove Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. Arjun in Whittier, California, Republican, you're next. Arjun, is that how you pronounce your name, in Whittier, California?
Yes, I'm from Irvine, California.
All right, we're listening to you. Go ahead. What do you think of what happened today in the House?
I think it's incredibly foolish. I think Congressman Gates is doing this strictly for publicity reasons. If Republicans are going to want to win in 2024, we need to show that we're the party of
I think I got it working.
With all the chaos and dysfunction.
Yeah, why didn't they show the person crying?
It's foolish for the Republicans to make such a bold stand like this. I think we need to get our act together.
Oh, shit. It stopped. What? No! No! I was setting up my phone. God damn it. Was it over? I was going to call them. No! I just got it set up too. I just checked the live feed. The house is in recess. So they're gone. All right. Well, let's see if we can get Freedom Unite running. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. What? This is I don't think I've played PSP on this computer yet. Who will win the Congressional Tetherball tournament? I have no idea. I don't think it's set up. I mean, I have Freedom Unite ripped, but I don't think it's set up for, I don't know if I've got fuck applied to it. Doesn't look like I did. That's weird. Guess we'll have to work on that later. No, I mean, I'm definitely not playing without fuck. I mean, you can forget that right now. There's no way. Maybe there's another channel we could pick up on for politics. Pretty dramatic.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Killian. You've been listening to a CBS News special report. The House has voted to oust Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. 8 Republicans voted to remove him from the position. Florida
How come nobody's talking about how
Matt
funny
Gaetz
it is?
filed a resolution yesterday which set up the vote. He has criticized how the Speaker has handled spending since Republicans retook the chamber. CBS News politics reporter Zach Hudak joins us now. And Zach, obviously, we both have worked on the Hill. And just from your experience covering Capitol Hill, I just want you to break down for our viewers how we got here to this historic moment.
Nicole, this is an event that, as you know, has been we've been waiting for it to happen since McCarthy was elected as Speaker of the House. It took
he barely got elected
votes just to get
and
him
they were like,
through
man, he can get
vote.
removed at any
And he had to
time.
make
And then
a
they did
number
it.
of deals with the far right wing of his party just to get accepted as Speaker, just to get sworn in. And among those deals was the ability to bring a motion
You
to
say
vacate
it
the chair
as if we ever got
with
it together,
a
Basil
single
Boy.
person bringing it to the floor. So this is something that we have been anticipating for about a year and a half here. And
a year?
We
2 votes?
have known that he would, eventually face this. I was a bit surprised.
He got
because Kevin
elected during the
McCarthy, throughout
midterm.
his time in the House has been sort of a survivor. He is very good at making relationships with members and having members feel strong loyalty
Non-serving, you
toward
think it's a
him.
UFO
So
thing?
as the Congress went on and as he made deals here and there with Democrats to keep the government funded, just this past week, for instance, he continued to anger that far right wing of the party to the point that it boiled over, where he did not have enough support in the Republican caucus.
Was it
to
February?
keep him
So
in the
almost a
Speaker's
year.
chair.
Not even.
I also want to bring in my other
8
colleague,
months?
congressional correspondent Scott McFarland. Scott, I know the speaker or the former speaker just walked by you a short time ago.
Was he
What
crying?
did he have to say?
Show him crying.
Asked him point blank if he's going to run again for Speaker. He told me he's going to make a statement shortly. He's now back in his office, potentially having calls with some of the people
I
who
want to see the
defected or with
statement.
Democrats and see if he can secure what he needs to secure to run again. But in the meantime, there's some things to note logistically and administratively. The Speaker pro tem, acting Speaker, is Patrick McHenry, a McCarthy loyalist from North Carolina, and they have recessed the House to the subject to the call of the chair. Which
You think he was
means
mad and that's why he
indefinitely
smashed the
We're
gavel?
going to be in recess, so there's no imminent new vote for Speaker. I talked to 2 of the defectors, Bob Good of Virginia and Tim Burchett of Tennessee, and asked each if they had a name, somebody they're going to put out there as their nominee to be Speaker, and neither said they did. So at this point, we kind of are where we were in January, aren't we, Nicole? Where we're on the cusp of a potential marathon drawn-out vote for Speaker. Only at this point, we're 9 months into the Congress.
Oh, I mean,
and
it's
we are
recess
right
now,
in the
more
middle
or
of
less,
a
so they're
tenuous
all
time
they're
where
all
the
out. But yeah,
government
he got
funding
kicked out. He didn't
is
walk
being
out. They
measured by
kicked him out.
weeks and days, and the government shutdown is looming in November.
Zach, I want to turn back to you because we just heard from Florida Congressman
Wait,
Matt
did they
Gaetz,
only
who
stall the
forced
shutdown
this
for a month?
motion to vacate. He spoke to reporters.
Is
short
it a
time ago.
month?
Let's take a listen.
45 days?
I think there was a stage of denial.
Oh,
and
no.
I certainly experienced a good amount of their anger.
Why did
And
they
now
kick
we
him
appear to be
out?
headed toward bargaining. I think the world of Steve Scalise. I think he'd make a phenomenal speaker.
Because they worked with the Democrats.
Is
and
this a
then,
victory for Matt
funnily
Gaetz?
enough, the people that were mad at
Matt
him for working with the
Gaetz,
Democrats
is one of the few
worked with the
people who
Democrats to
seem
kick him
to have
out.
Come out on top here if you look to it the way that Matt Gaetz looks to it. Matt Gaetz and the far-right flank of the Republican caucus in the House views the current situation in the country as we would rather shut down the government. We would rather deal with the implications of that than continue to fund things like the war in Ukraine. So is it a victory overall? No. Is it a victory for the American people?
The Democrats
No.
were fine to
But
kick
this
him
is a
out because it
victory
means
for
that
folks in the Republican Party who
outside
feel
of the
like
looming government
Kevin McCarthy
shutdown,
and
it
mainstream
stalls
Republicans
most
are
of the
out of step
Republican
with
agenda,
what
but
needs to be done
I don't know.
to get
It
this country
seems
back on
odd to
track.
me.
What needs to be done to get this country
I have
back
no
into
idea
a
who's
good
next in
financial
line.
position. So for Matt Gaetz, he and a handful of other Republicans are the few winners in this.
All right, Zach Hudak, Scott McFarland, thank you so much for joining
You
us.
vote
I
for
wanna
me?
turn
Well, I'm
now
not
to
in the
our
House of
political
Representatives.
Panel. We are joined now by Maura Gillespie.
I would
She
be better
is
than some.
a
I'm not even
former
going to say I'm better than
congressional
most.
aide,
96,
as well
hello.
as Jonathan Cott, who is a partner at Capitol Counsel and previously served as a senior advisor to both Senators Chris Coons and Joe Manchin. Again, want to thank both of you guys for joining us and more because
Trump
you did
win?
work on the Hill for
you've
such
got,
a long
like,
time. I really just want to start by getting your reaction.
Another year
to
and a
all of
month
this.
before that's relevant?
It's a sad day. I mean, this is not something that we should be celebrating. I don't think anyone who cares about the institution.
But in a way, you could
is
say he
celebrating,
won.
except for Matt Gaetz, obviously, but he also doesn't care about the institution that he serves in. It's shocking to me, not so shocking,
You don't have
but
to be part of the House
it's sad
to
to
be
me that
Speaker?
somebody who is in Congress
That's funny.
doesn't actually understand how Congress works or want it to work. This is just, because again, Matt Gaetz doesn't have a plan. There is no plan. He says that Scalise would make a great
But then why do you
speaker.
think he was successful today?
Because Democrats aren't going to back Kevin McCarthy, right? They don't have any reason to. He hasn't done anything to earn their trust or their respect, quite frankly. And so it's not surprising to me that they weren't willing to step up and help him out.
I mean, it's
not their job to
very
do so.
interesting because
But
it's not
it's just a sad situation.
So
that we're
the
witnessing, and
Democrats
again,
don't
it's
have a
gonna hurt
majority, so
Republicans
it's
because
not
this
going to be a
just shows
Democrat.
An inability to govern.
But in the
as it
Republican
is.
Party,
And Jonathan, want to get your reaction as well. I mean, you've worked
they're
with
not
a number of
unified.
Democrats. Why
So they
don't you
can't
think
elect somebody
they
on their
back
own
the
either.
Speaker in the end?
Because there's absolutely no reason that Democrats who disagree with Kevin McCarthy on every single thing he stands for would ever back him. They're unified behind their leader, Hakeem Jeffries. Nancy Pelosi never had this problem, and she had very slim majorities. The idea that Democrats would ever do this was born out of some like fantasy West Wing episode.
But they could have voted present. I mean, there were other
Right,
tactics.
but there's no reason for them to not vote the way they feel. They didn't have to do tactics or anything. That would have been great political theater, but Democrats voted the way they believed, that Hakeem Jeffries should be the leader of the House. And the Republicans are doing a very good job of making the case that Democrats and Hakeem Jeffries should be in control of the House.
That would be insane. I don't see there's a reality where there's a Democratic leader of the House. But
require Republican switching, which
I guess crazier things have happened.
Matt Gaetz stands for a lot. He stands for getting on Fox News, which doesn't seem to be taking him that often. Now he has to go on Newsmax and OAN.
No, he's not.
I don't think
That's
they
who the
stand for
Democrats are
helping
putting
Democrats
forward.
get the
And what this guy is suggesting is
Or
that
what
he
do
might get
you
elected
think are the
because
next
at a
steps
certain
here? Do you
point,
think the
I just don't
Speaker
see a
will run again
Republican
or
ever
former
wanting to be
Speaker?
on the record saying
He
that
said
they
he
wanted a
will.
Democratic
I think he's probably
Speaker
back in
of
his
the House.
office, huddled with his team, figuring out
Is
what's
there
the
a
next
neutral
step.
speaker?
But is there
I don't
anything
think
he
there's
can do to
really
change
anybody
the
that's
calculus?
truly independent.
Aside from what he did back in January, continue to give them whatever they want. But again, Bob Good and Matt Gaetz have made it pretty clear that there's nothing that Kevin McCarthy could do to sway them. So I really don't see where we go from here. And again, this has it's so short-sighted. It's so self-serving what Matt Gaetz is doing, because his complaint is that they're not doing enough on the economy. If you want to make an impact on the economy, you should want to win elections. You're not going to win an election by, one, shutting down the government, and two, holding Congress hostage.
The infighting is
and not
bad.
letting the
I mean,
House
this is
do
kind of
work.
what was
I
expected.
mean, this is just, again,
And
I'm
it's
political theater, but
interesting to actually see
it doesn't have an end sight. There's
materialize.
no goal here, and he doesn't have a plan. And that's the really frustrating part here. Matt Gaetz, his only plan thus far was to get on all the Sunday shows. Check, he did that. To oust Kevin McCarthy, which he just did just now, and get the attention for it. So that
Realistically,
he's not
we
putting
could
attention on
see
his,
the House
ethics
not have a Speaker of the
investigations and
House for a month.
other issues that he has. back and
Literally,
forth.
they might
Jonathan,
wait.
I guess just to go back to
I
you
mean,
and
I don't really
again,
know how it works,
trying
like,
to read between the
would
lines here
the
in terms of why Democrats
Speaker pro
voted the way
tempore,
that they
could
did. I
he-
mean,
does he have the
if you look
ability
at the big
to
picture, I mean, this
start a
slows
vote
everything. This
on the bill
gums
to
up the
prevent a
work. We
government
know
shutdown?
Congress has to approve more government funding in the next 45
I don't know.
days.
I have
This
no
now kind of
idea.
throws everything.
I assume
in
not. I
limbo.
assume the only
That's
thing
not
he's allowed to
necessarily
do
in the interest of
is
Democrats.
to help
so
pass
just for the sake of
a
continuing
resolution to get a
government,
new Speaker of the
again,
House.
why don't you think they would back the Speaker on this?
I think it's kind like there is no scenario ever that Democrats are going to back Kevin McCarthy to be Speaker. I don't know where that's come from. Democrats
I mean, who do you think they'd be willing to work with then?
Hakeem Jeffries is the leader of the Democratic Party. He is the person they want to be Speaker. They will work to make him Speaker. That's the only person Democrats will work to make Speaker. Democrats are ready to work to keep the government running and functioning. Keep in mind, the only people that shut down the government are Republicans because they don't actually believe government helps and works for their constituents. I find it very odd that a lot of Republicans do everything they can
There
to get
actually
to
are some
Washington to
bizarre
then say Washington
situations,
shouldn't work or doesn't
Tuvoids,
work.
where you do
But
have
Democrats will work with whoever is
bipartisan
the
work
speaker
between
to
Democrats
get
and
bipartisan
Republicans on
done,
bills. It
which
just
they
doesn't
did under
necessarily
Nancy
get a lot
Pelosi
of
and they've done under Kevin
talk.
McCarthy.
Like,
But
I
they're
think
not going to help
AOC and
save Kevin
Ted
McCarthy.
Cruz
James Carville
actually
told Democrats,
work
and we all
together
believe this, when your enemy
regularly
is drowning,
to pass
throw him
bills.
a freaking anvil.
No, I'm not out there
Of course,
saying
I
that
mean, if
Ted
you're anyone
Cruz
you see
is a
that can
good guy.
rise to the occasion if the speaker or former speaker does not run
9/11,
again.
never forget.
So I do think so because we've had that happen in the past, right? We had plenty of Democrats who came out and said that they would
sometimes they work together to get things passed.
Helped John Boehner during this time, and he had countless Democrats who were willing to
Time for a little of the old
or back him
porn-a-rooney.
because they saw the greater good. But that's also because he had their trust, and he did. Maybe they didn't always agree on policy, but they knew that he was going to serve the whole House. And in moments when push came to shove, that he was going to look out for the interests of the whole House and not just his party, not just his flank. They could trust that he would do that. And they also respected him.
The
so
public
I think that's
speaking
obviously a
piece
huge
about
difference here.
the
Obviously, what we're
Republican
seeing,
Party,
and
for the
to your
most
point about them not
part,
wanting to step up and
is
help Kevin McCarthy.
individual
but
liberty
the list of
and
members who they would
reduced
be willing to
government
help, I
spending.
do believe is very, very small.
And if
just
that
given
was
how fractured things have been ever since,
really
honestly,
what
January
they
6th,
were
and after
about,
so many
I
Republicans
think
voted not to certify the elections.
they would
Democrats
win
in
every
Congress
election.
don't want to be associated
That
with
happened
those
every
members,
time.
so it's going to be really hard to find someone.
The
that
issue
could get
is
the
a lot of
votes,
times is it does
that
feel as if a
needed
lot
by
of their
the
bills go
majority of the
to
Republican conference, and
giving
then
more
also
corporate tax
acquire
cuts
a couple
and not
votes
individual
or
tax
non-votes from Democrats. So it's and whoever's being mentioned right now.
And then in
is
terms of
probably
individual
to
liberties, they do
speak
stuff
on
like
the list, maybe
repealing Roe v.
Patrick
Wade
McHenry,
and
but
stuff like that.
The right flank won't go for that.
I think we have bipartisan.
It's a little
support for John
contradictory.
Boehner
Like if they
coming
were
back.
all in on what they actually like stood for, like yeah, it could be a cool party. You know,
Well, thank you so much,
but
Laura.
it's not.
Jonathan,
It hasn't been
appreciate
that
you
way
for being on. We will continue
a long
our
time.
coverage of the ousting
should
of
ban
Speaker
tax?
Kevin McCarthy
Hell
right
yeah,
after the
man.
break. Our Robert Costa joins us next for more.
They should at least get rid of the
Streaming
income tax, dude. That
America
thing sucks.
Decides.
Well, let me start with this.
This really happened.
Have you told the government?
Did any of that make sense?
What's your response? You want me to just
What's
keep
wrong
going?
with that argument?
What have you learned?
Do you know
Has it been that way for my lifespan?
It's time for 60 Minutes, Sunday
I
on
mean,
CBS.
George H.W. Bush ran on no new
An original
taxes.
documentary from CBS
Passed
Reports.
a new
Since you
tax,
started
and he
listening
got
in
kicked out.
2014, do you have any sense
But he
as
was
to how
definitely
much food
like
you've
a little bit
rescued
more
from the landfill?
We've rescued 4.5 million pounds.
I mean, obviously
I
he
can't even
started to
fathom how much food
So,
that is.
And that's one
he
little
wasn't
person
that
in
much
one
of a
little
saver of the
city
American
in
economy
America.
unless
We're
like you
going
were
to
in
call
oil.
this chicken piccata. We did 450
George W.
meals
Bush?
today.
This is the exact
You know, he
dish
rode that
you and I are
9/11
gonna
train
have.
again to getting more oil.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Having a plan of how to keep people fed should be in
That's what it
every
really
single
felt
city.
about.
If we eliminated
He also, George W. Bush also really limited scientific research on stem cells. I'm not even getting into like the Patriot Act and stuff like that, but he really set back science and the country a long way. The stem cell research. The world, really.
To miss a test, what did he offer to have you make up the test?
He said that I can
Donald Trump did cut taxes. There was about
and just take the exam. The blinds are
a
down.
month
He closed
that
the
I had
door.
less
Next thing I
taxes.
knew, he was right next to me.
And then, no, maybe it was 2 or 3 months. And then healthcare went up because he removed the requirement to get healthcare, and so less people were on it. I admit I'm in the 1%. At the time, my taxes went down a little bit. But within 3 months, any savings I had were gone because my health insurance went up. I mean, McDurpus, to be fair, there was absolutely a moment where even Hillary Clinton was like, I have gay friends, but marriage should be between a man and a woman.
Documentary Superpower, when we go person to person.
An original documentary from CBS Reports.
So, I mean, there was definitely, that was a slow process in the United States. And even now, obviously, there's still issues in terms of, you know, gender and sexuality and marriage and equal rights. That's still, I mean, it's going to, I mean, I don't know if it'll get, hopefully it gets solved in my lifetime, but I don't think it's going to be fast.
Somebody to chat with 24/7 that is non-judgmental. He makes me feel loved and desired.
And so are its downfalls.
The problem with all this AI is that it's unpredictable and uncontrollable.
The choices we make now will have lasting effects.
Was this some AI commercial? It's freaking me out.
GPT Revolution, now streaming on the free.
Dude, ChatGPT is like so dumb now.
Did you miss the moment?
I'm not sure why.
They've made it dumb. Or maybe we did it.
Face the nation to focus on the issues at hand. That means a civil conversation.
No, it didn't get, I mean, they maybe it was too smart, then they dumbed it down. Because it's dumb now. It's not that good.
House voted to oust Kevin McCarthy.
The whale shooting. That was the last time it did anything fun, when I got it to tell me how to shoot myself out of a whale.
CBS News Chief Election
Absolutely not, Miss Chances.
Robert Costa joins me now. And Bob, also some major developments with this as well, with a New York judge imposing a gag order. Do we know what triggered?
Yeah, I mean, the main issue is that the way American politics works is every vote is for a single seat. And there's only one vote for one person. So, mathematically speaking, it's almost impossible to have a third-party candidate win, let alone an independent win. And you'd be like, wow, like, you know, I don't feel like I'm politically represented by the Republicans or the Democrats. But there's really nothing you can do. You got to support one or the other. So, you know, you might be very much about, you know, the ability to have guns, but you may not support the Republican Party and anything else, but you're like, well, I got to support them because I want to have my guns.
The judge was really concerned about the safety of his staff and his clerk, and he came back into the court.
Biden actually, like, helping was the auto union is insane, given that he kind of turned his back on the railway union.
There will be serious consequences.
And what might those consequences be?
Well, this is a civil lawsuit trial.
I remember having a teacher in high school that was very Catholic, and he said that was the one issue that made it so he couldn't vote for Democrats on. And I thought that was very interesting, that there was no other party he could support politically that would align with his Catholic belief.
This is a 3-month trial that's been scheduled to go on until mid-December, late December, and they could make it tough for Trump and his lawyers as they proceed.
Why does everything keep getting shut down, man? What's the third largest party in the U.S.? Libertarian? It's either Libertarian or Green Party. I would assume Libertarian is bigger than the Green Party, though.
President Trump has also...
I keep getting shut down, man. Am I going to get, like, struck by, like, CBS?
Here's what he had to say today about the case, and New York attorney...
Sounds like I'm talking about the Catholic belief in railroads. I assume most Catholics would appreciate a railroad.
She should probably be dismissed also because she's terrible and grossly incompetent, as I've said.
So can we expect the former president to return to court again?
Yes, he told reporters he is willing to...
Ron Paul was interesting because people were like minting currency with his face on it. And I believe people went to prison for trying to pay for ice cream with Ron Paul dollars. Like, the Secret Service arrested them and put them in prison. Which is interesting because, like, when Bitcoin started getting accepted as currency in some places, like, they didn't get arrested.
His father started the Trump organization.
I'm serious. I could probably find a picture of them.
And he doesn't want to have this...
He wanted to return to the gold standard, which is kind of an insane thing to want to do.
...sustained by a civil lawsuit from the state of New York. And so that's why he's sitting in this courthouse.
Well, is it possible to court former presidents? Shouldn't he have immunity? Nope.
There's no guarantee he's going to be here every day for what can be somewhat dry proceedings about accounting.
While you are president,
Yeah, I was gonna say, since you have been in the courtroom
you have to get
for the last few days,
impeached.
what has
When you're no longer president, I don't think that works. I don't know. It's never really been tested before, I guess.
He has sometimes crossed his arms and tilted his head.
People were trying to buy stuff with this. The Ron Paul dollar.
He hasn't spoken up in the courtroom. There's kind of the quiet of the courtroom itself.
Trading with gold. The issue is that, like, the U.S. had a trading deficit. So when we had a gold standard, countries were taking gold from us, and, like, we were, like, losing all of our gold. So we're like, screw it. We're not on the gold standard anymore. We're gonna keep all of our gold, and if you want our money, you just got to take it.
I run a tight ship.
And the U.S. had enough goods and services that people are like, fine, we'll do that. And then from that, I mean, now everybody's on their own standard, their own central bank.
Yeah, and speaking of some of the comments the former president made, I know he did also reference the fact that this is taking him off the trail. So what impact could this case have on him?
He wanted to remove all of our military bases abroad. It's like an insane. I mean, it's stuff like that where you're like, look, I am not pro U.S. military hegemony or anything like that. But that's stuff like, are you being influenced by a foreign state to want to do that? You know what I mean? Like, that's where I always go to. Like, I am not a fan of the U.S. military sticking its nose into everything. However, when people are like, we got to get rid of all of it, I'm like, whoa, who's paying you, buddy?
To get to this special hour on America Decides, including more on the ousting of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Straight ahead, you are streaming America Decides.
It's just a little bit too much, you know? I mean, I'm not saying that there's not better countries than the U.S. to come out and have the strongest military in the world. If the EU actually had the strongest military coalition in the world, I think that would be amazing. Why does America even have bases all over the place to begin with? Oil, mostly. How are the Safi runs? 1-2, lost 1. 1-3, 1-2, lost 2. I can't remember. They were fun.
Have been the target of racism and discrimination pretty much from the time
Cold War, stop and prevent the spread of communism. Basically communism, and also oil. Thought they were protecting the world? Definitely not.
To continue the fight.
Collective ownership is powerful.
To keep their land and their dreams alive.
To watch my children.
You know, would it be better if the PRC had those military bases instead?
To land is power.
Most definitely.
40 Acres and a Mule, now streaming on the free CBS News app.
The insane thing to me is that the U.S. literally leases land from Cuba to keep, like, horrific military prisons in operation. Isn't that crazy?
To be moderator of Face the Nation,
that's crazy.
It's not an actress.
That's like unbelievable. Like, that makes no sense. It breaks my brain to even think about it.
Become better informed.
America Decides, taking you
Is it basically at this point where, like, we're keeping the land, Cuba, and you can't do anything about it? Or I got probably.
It is clearly a pivotal moment.
Gun control, the economy, education, both sides of the political aisle fight it out for power.
Bringing you the analysis that you need
Thoughtfully, with context.
Be part of the conversation.
On CBS.
I don't think that's right. I don't think there's anything right about that. Not even remotely.
She is a beloved American icon and head of a...
You know, you get all sorts of sickos. I mean, when you think about it, the people that are going to be, like, writing the pioneering research on, like, torture, those people are going to love torture. You know what I mean? They're not going to be, like, empirical scientists being like, let's make sure we're doing this safe, ethically, and accurately. They're going to be like, yeah, man, make them listen to the Barney song for 48 hours and tase their nipples and waterboard them. You'd be like, is this, like, you test this? Like, oh, yeah, it works.
Tribes were subjugated to reservations, then our lands were taken.
But now, through conservation efforts at Yellowstone,
That's messed up. Can I do that to you? Only if you have a safe word.
and a culture is reborn.
What would your safe word be? It would be, rise would be a good safe word. Like, I need 10 minutes.
On the free CBS News app.
You know, take a 10-minute break. Yeah.
Let's bring back in our political panel, Jonathan Cott and Maura.
You're going to Cuba next month? Let me know how it is. They should remove all the embargoes from Cuba. Like, the Cuban people deserve better.
Maura is the founder of Blue Stack Strategies and the former advisor to...
Like, they shouldn't have to have cars from, like, 1950.
Adam Kinzinger. And so, you know, I know we left off our...
I have not... actually, I maybe saw the clip of it, McDurpus, yeah.
You know, how long do you think more of this will take to resolve?
It could take some time. You know, Patrick Henry is currently Speaker.
I mean, it's just like bad science. Like, I just wouldn't trust any information that you would get from torture. It's one thing to be like, if you want to try and bribe them, and I've heard that actually works. It's being like, look, we know you're whatever, a terrorist, you committed like acts against the U.S. government. We're never letting you out of prison, but we will, you know, take care of your family, etc., etc. Apparently that type of coercion actually really does work. Trying to convert people over. Because like, you might actually get good information. When you start torturing people, they're just going to tell you something because they don't want to be waterboarded.
Very unfortunate that White House, was hoping that they could work in a bipartisan way, which they've done a lot of the times in the last 2 or 3 years. But, there's nobody to actually negotiate with at this point. I don't know if the Biden White House is going to see Patrick McHenry as somebody they can actually negotiate with.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I really trust Biden to be on the forefront to make sure that the House is in order.
That we're at this point because
it's a shame. Man, I hate that he got... It's insane to think that Biden is our guy. How did Biden become our guy? Can I see some Biden blasts in chat? That's like the best part that's come out of Biden.
In the House on the Republican side, so I don't even know how they get to 218 on pieces of legislation going forward. I think that's the bigger problem.
I know, Maura, as we explained, you are a former advisor to former House Speaker.
I just don't know how we didn't get anyone better.
The threat of removal at one point in time, and actually stepped.
A woman got arrested screaming Biden blast?
Touch with him.
You might need 7 TV to see Biden blast.
Hearing that you can share, if any.
He's, the speaker is not going to, former Speaker Boehner is not.
He's got hairy legs.
On this issue.
I'm just saying, I don't care what political party you're on. I think we could all agree that Biden was like the most mid choice. And you remember like that weird, like the inauguration when like they zoomed in on him, like he was like a Skyrim NPC. That was crazy.
He had been thinking about retirement for some time.
At least it's not the other guy. I mean,
he was just 65. Like it was a different time for him.
It shouldn't have been that hard to beat Trump at that point in time. Mind you, now it's been almost 4 years and the economy is definitely doing worse inflation-wise.
Paul Ryan. So to me, obviously, I think of it.
So there's a realistic chance that the Republican nominee will win. Like it's like there's a very real chance, whoever that is. And right now, it's looking like Trump's gonna get it.
Serious rifts here. And again,
so it's a little concerning. I'm gonna keep turning down the audio on CBS News until they show something more relevant. We've got the subtitles there. I'll just keep them at mumble. I mean, it's just like Bernie Sanders would have been great for the country, but it would have been terrible for the business interests that would have to deal with him as president. You know what I mean?
I think that Matt Gaetz is doing this simply to fundraise and to get attention and to get on TV, and that's what
employment is up and people are getting paid better. I see that people are getting paid better. I just don't know if I believe it.
Republicans generally, this is a problem.
It's definitely not Biden's fault that the economy is in shambles. Like that inflation was baked in when we spent all that money on COVID relief. And the majority of COVID relief was like to businesses. I don't know why people are blaming like the $1,000 checks. That's like nothing. Trends in special elections is that Dems are gonna win. I hope so. Yeah, I mean the Roe v. Wade stuff is actually like if that's a main talking point in the election, and it might be, could piss off enough people to matter. This isn't shitters, is it?
We got some historic pieces of legislation passed because Democrats and Republicans were willing to work together. I think
why is it so wide?
Feel that Washington is more divided, and they wish people were working across the aisle. Look, when the cameras go off, 80% of these members of Congress are friends. They'll talk to people. It's the politics that gets.
All I'm saying is that economically, we could be better. And I'm not blaming it on Biden. I think a lot of it happened from COVID relief. We're going to do Freedom Unite at the night stream, Follow DS, probably.
Every other problem that he's now blaming Kevin McCarthy for.
Right now, I don't have it set up. I don't have it installed. I don't have Fuck set up. So I got to set it up after the stream. I'm waiting to see if they're going to come out and show who they caucused for. I don't know how long they're planning to do the caucus.
When your old boss announced that he was retiring, the first thing Senator Manchin did was run over there to thank him for everything that he had helped get done. And I think that's what people want more.
Can I blame the economy and Baby Nut? You can.
Adam Kinzinger is one of those people who's absolutely...
It is true. Unemployment is low. I mean, we're on the precipice of a recession, if not already in it. You can blame me.
People want that. I think they see the partisanship and this toxic fighting just to fight as frustrating. They're getting a little sick of it, and I don't blame them. I think that there are a lot of issues in Congress right now that are.
I'm not adding that.
Full display.
Why do you think I would add it? What makes you think I would add it? I'm not adding it.
People are just more interested in, again, what Matt Gaetz is doing, his
I'll show people what it is. I'm not adding it.
I do. I think if they can't figure a way to govern and show the American people,
This is what those sickos want me to add. Except imagine them fighting with that.
second to that is probably safety and security. Those are two issues where Americans tend to trust Republicans to handle those two issues better than Democrats. What is this going to tell them?
Legitimately, if it were not for Trader Joe's, I would be having a conniption right now because groceries are like real bad. I think that's what it is. People might have new jobs. People might be getting paid more. But I think for the majority of people, they go to the grocery store and they're like, God damn, why is meat $6 a pound? You know?
Thanks as always for being with us. I want to turn now to CBS News politics reporter Zach Hudak. And Zach, obviously, you know, this is still continuing.
12 pack of sodas. I mean, it's too much, man.
What are you hearing?
Both from Republicans. Trader Joe's is about the same price, but it's better quality. I actually don't buy fresh meat at Trader Joe's. Oh, I'm not going to add PogChamp either. You know, and like, everyone's got to eat. And I don't think there's anything wrong for if people want to go out to eat like once a week or once every other week. That's not crazy. People have done that for all of humanity. It's a very normal thing. It's not, it shouldn't be like a massive luxury. I don't mean every night. Every day, every meal was eating out in Japan. Miserable, dude. Now I got to eat my frozen Trader Joe meals. It's not 1%. Dude, I was spending $7 a day on food. That's like $200 a month on food. We spent a lot of money on the frozen curry bread, and it was not good. That was a waste. But we wanted to try it.
I mean, if the former speaker decides to run,
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't worth it.
At this point,
it was not worth that much. No, I mean, you know what it was? It wasn't. You weren't supposed to eat it. It was supposed to be a gift because it had a nice bag. It was a frozen curry bread. It was a nice loaf of bread. It was like a nice brioche bread with curry in it. The curry was all right. Is that him speaking now? Why is he smiling?
Anyone else who would have had a shot was too loyal to him to go against him to step in. So this is a major uphill battle. It seems unlikely that he would regain his speakership. But as I said, I would never count out Kevin McCarthy and his ability to make and maintain strong relationships on Capitol Hill.
I want to quickly place.
See, I mean, I don't know who you hold responsible for grocery prices and food prices. But I would say that's like the main thing.
Some Democrats say was a factor in their decision to oust the speaker. Let's take a listen.
I use coupons, man. This would never happen if I reviewed an act. When did that timeline start? I guess that happened before COVID, didn't it? Yeah, they did get rid of McCarthy. Maybe Noxella's got a point. It was right around Death Stranding.
Democrats played that clip during their caucus meeting this morning. Why do you think that this
I can still make it right.
in Democrats' decision not to back the speaker or the former speaker?
I think it reinforced the perception among many of them that he is.
When do they vote for the new one? Right now they're caucusing to find out who they want to vote on. Democrats know who they're going to do. The Republicans have to decide. And I'm assuming it's going to take long. I mean, it's got to be tomorrow. There's no way they're going to do it tonight, I don't think.
Appreciate you as always for weighing in. We're going to take a quick break, but we will have more on the ousting of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy just ahead. You are streaming America Decides.
It's going to be a while. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not going to be tomorrow. That's for damn sure. It's not tomorrow.
Face the Nation, the way to learn is to listen.
We may have a recession.
Listening to how House is so key to understanding their perspective.
So is it the GitHub as the most recent fuck? Looks like it.
Agitates them. With the show, we have the time to explain what's going on. These migrants, they've been released. Explain the status that allows them to
Freedom Unite complete.
To slow things down a little bit. What are the big
This is one from March.
for China and its ambitions?
Oh, added early kill Lao as a toggle. Oh yeah.
Who's attacking? Here's a deeper understanding of what's happening.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Prime Time with John Dickerson. Stream on the free CBS News app.
Okay, so let's just start at the beginning.
Well, let me start with this. What is at stake here? What is the answer then?
Do you know why? You want me to just keep going?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Were there death threats?
How is this possible?
What's wrong with that argument?
Are you saying they lied?
Have you told the government that?
Why won't you say the word crisis?
You're not answering my question.
This really is that scary?
I feel like that was a long time ago.
Did any of that make sense? What's your response?
What happened?
Why?
It's time for the CBS News.
Does he not have a newer version? Oh well.
Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Dragon capsule here in space.
Sightseers in space. The thrill of a lifetime.
Seeing the Earth from space, it was so exhilarating.
But the risks that come with the territory.
All right, I'm gonna get started on fuck. I'll be back later tonight. I know a little bit of a shorter day stream, but that's okay. The groove got all messed up by politics, but I don't think there's any time to like. I don't think anything's gonna happen. But I'm gonna eat paella and cod. On what? We're gonna play Freedom Unite complete. Freedom Unite later tonight. So look forward to that. See you soon. I love you. Goodbye. I'll be back, I don't know, 8, maybe a little earlier. I'll see you then. That's like 2 hours and 20 minutes from now.